Hey, it's Simone Spence, coming to you live again, founder and CEO of Don't Get Mad, Get Paid. And I am excited because for those of you who have been following us since we started to launch this live stream, we've been doing a few different things. So sometimes we come on and we do like a straight information session. Sometimes we come on and we do some FAQ, answering your questions. I usually always start a little bit with a little bit of my background, like who am I to be sitting in front of this camera talking to you guys. So I'm still going to do that because I feel like, the show is still new enough that more of you need to know what my background and my experience is and how it came to be that I'm actually sitting there having these conversations with you, and what my company has been doing for moms over the decades that I have been doing this work, and what we have built now, and all of the different ways that we're going to be bringing you assistance with collecting all of your back child support, and also just what does all that whole thing mean. But I think it's really important to do that. But for today's show, today we're not doing a straight up information. Today we're not doing an FAQ, although I love FAQ. And if you have questions, go ahead and drop them in. Our producer Scott is going to pop them up, and we can still answer some questions for you, helping moms to get paid the money that is rightfully yours, right? But today I have a really exciting show, and this is part of what we're going to start to build out on this show. I've got lots of really cool things. Today, we have a mom on. We have Zura. For some of you who have been, with us for, a year now, 6 months now, 3 months ago, popped in somewhere along the line, you might know who Zura is. Zura is a mom. Hey, Zura. Zura is a mom who collected $25,000 of child support using our methodology. And it was very quick. It was very painless. I'm speaking for her, but I'm going to let her speak for herself. But I'm saying these things because these are the things that not only has she said to me, but these are things that she has said to other moms. We've had her to give us some testimonial videos and that kind of thing. And the reason why I wanted to bring Zura on today is because we are at the very beginning of a lot of really, really big things. And I'm excited because I have a mom who is sitting in a position where all of you could be sitting a short time from now. And I want to be able to just have somebody else to speak on it and not just be the person who is talking about it all the time. So we have a mom's perspective today of someone who didn't know me from a hole in the wall, reached out to me blindly on Facebook years ago. We're going to let her tell the story. But at the end of the day, she collected, and she has become a big supporter and champion for the company. And so we're really excited to have her as now a brand ambassador of our company, because she has been so happy that she has gotten the help and is talking to other people about it. And we were like, wow, this is somebody we need to have on our team. So we brought her on. Some future shows that we have that we're cooking up right now is we are, and I briefly talked to this mom today. And mom, if you're out there and you're watching this show, don't say anything yet because I want it to be a surprise. But we briefly talked to a mom today that I'm looking to bring on to the show. And one, talk about her very interesting story that she is involved in right now as we speak, with a dad who is who's not paying and is giving her a really hard time. We want her to come on. We want her to tell her story about where she is right now, and then doing what we do best. We're going to get to work and actually start helping her. And we're going to follow her story live time, right? We're going to tell her story live time so that you guys can see firsthand what's happening, when it's happening, and get excited along with all of us as we see her moving down the pathway. Awesome. So Zura, I'm going to introduce you in just 2 seconds. I want to give a really quick background for the people who don't know who I am. So again, my name is Simone Spence. I was a mom over 20 years ago who had a child support collection problem, learned how to collect my money, started helping other moms, became kind of like this rogue kitchen table consultant. Instead of getting together with other single moms, I was a single mom at that time because, divorce, child support. Instead of getting together with other single moms and doing the Chuck E. Cheese thing, because my daughter was little, moms would just come over to my house. We'd sit down at the kitchen table, and I would just help them with their child support paperwork. Mom started collecting. I started getting invited to do speaking engagements. I've written 3 books by this time, and I just hung up a shingle on a storefront on a busy street in the state where I lived at the time, and called myself a child support consultant and just started helping moms to collect. Over the 2 decades, we recently started calculating some numbers and some dollars. We found that over 10,000 moms used our methodology and collected more than $15 million. So we're not talking about 1 or 2 moms along the way. We're not talking about chump change. We're talking about real hard, cold cash. I did that happily for 2 decades. And then decided that I wanted to build something out that was much bigger. I wanted to build something out where we could help thousands of moms at a time instead of just the amount I was able to help as a consultant, because there are millions of women out there with these problems. The government reports that there are 7 million women who are owed $118 billion, and they own between them collectively 14 million cases. But the truth is, and I was able to speak to a government official about this last fall, the truth is that the numbers are closer to 3 times that amount. So we're talking about 21 million women who are owed all of this money, and the $118 billion is downplayed as well. So we are on a mission to help women to collect their unpaid child support, and you're going to start to hear a whole lot more about us in the coming months, and it's like really exciting. So Zura, you're up. I want you to tell moms in your own words the story of how you found this crazy lady on Facebook that people were talking about who was helping moms to collect. Just tell the story, because I love to hear you tell it anyway. Tell the story.
So I have to say hello, everyone, and thank you so much, Simone, for having me on. I get so teary-eyed talking about this because I'm so passionate about this, because I know how it feels to be in those mom's shoes who needs help. But this is coming straight from me. I did not know her. She didn't know me. I was in a group with other moms, maybe like 5, almost 6 years ago. And it was something had to do with child support. And back then, Facebook was just, we had all these different groups. They have much more now. But Simone was in this group, and I would see her post certain things. And so I went out on a limb and I inboxed her. Don't know why, but I did, because I felt that it, she could just say yes or no, or she could help me, or she couldn't. Well, guess what? She responded back to my inbox, and she asked me to send her my number, and I did. The next day, she called me, and we talked for for so long, and she called me again and again. And then she told me exactly what to do. So let me back up a little bit. I had already filed my paperwork with child support. It had been almost a year, and I had heard nothing, not even nothing from them. And I was getting worried, and I didn't know what to do. So I reached out to her, and lo and behold, she reached back out, and every step that she told me to take, I took. And 2 weeks later, I had not one, but 2 checks in the mail for my son. And he just started getting it. And here we are, almost like 6 years later.
How long were you trying to collect before you reached out to me?
It was a
I'm
year.
not even sure.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I ever asked you that question. Is
I
this the
don't think
first
you
time I'm
did, but
asking you
it
this
was,
question?
I think
Okay.
so. But it was,
Mhm.
I remember it being, because I counted for some reason. I had went back and I looked at all the months. So it was almost a year before, until I reached out to you. And then after I reached out to you and you told me the steps to take, and I did it, that was the whole year. Nothing, not even a pin drop, not a letter, nothing. I
Mhm.
heard nothing.
Now, this is really important, and I want you to talk about this for a real quick second because
Okay.
I don't want people to think that, oh, you reached out to me and it was so easy for you to
No.
start collecting in 2 weeks because everything was already done and maybe it was just like, a fluke. Or tell me, give everybody a little bit of an idea of what you were going through, because I know this we have talked about. Give everybody a
Yeah.
little bit of an idea of all of the changes and
Oh my goodness.
the gatekeeping that the state was doing to block
Oh my
you
goodness.
and make you feel like they really didn't care about your case. Just give everybody a snapshot about that.
So I did have to go. It's like a social service building that you have to go down there to, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody feels that you're committed, you're doing something wrong, or you're asking for something that isn't rightfully your child to go down there. But I had to pay a fee, and then they assign you to like a person, I guess what do you call it?
Like a
I'm not gonna,
caseworker.
yes, a
Mm-hmm.
caseworker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my caseworker in my case, what I found out is they had my paperwork, but it was just sitting on her desk. They never received it. It was never turned in. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
was ever done. So what I had to do was I had to go through like I mean, at that time I didn't know that. I was finding out information as I was giving them the information that you had given
Mm-hmm.
me. I also purchased your book, and I read the book as well as the advice that you had given me. But again, this was this wasn't an easy process at all. Like
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to pull my hair out because my son was in
Yeah.
a and it was a lot, So because
Mm-hmm.
my son was getting older, he was in a lot of sports. He was traveling like AAU basketball, and teenagers eat like crazy because by then he was, and then back and forth to court, and it was just
Mm-hmm.
mind blowing. And to be honest, it was just very sad that you be taken through that, and what they want you to do is they want you to give up. They don't want you to keep, it's like you're bothering them. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the workers down at the place told me, because I didn't owe the state money, or like I wasn't on welfare, that was a big thing for them. I'm telling you, one of the workers in there told me that. He
You
said, "Ma'am,
never told me that,
I
but that
promise
is
you."
like really huge because what people,
Yeah,
and I'm going to have a show about this at some point. What people
yes,
don't know is that that's the only reason that the child support system was actually created, so that they can collect from the
absolutely. So
people
they
who
can
owe the state.
absolutely,
And it's part of
absolutely.
the reason why moms like
It
you and
has
me can't
nothing.
collect in the first place. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Tell your
No, it's
story.
okay. Let me tell you this. But that is the main purpose of me to keep fighting, because I was like, what? So I realized this wasn't for your children. This wasn't for you to help you. This was to help them. You,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And because I didn't owe them any money, and not saying that I was better than anyone, it's just that, I just worked
Mhm.
and I didn't know. I promise you I didn't know. But one of the workers at the front desk told me that.
Told you
Ma'am,
that.
yeah, you're just a number. If you're
Yep.
that number. Because remember, my paperwork was sitting on the desk. But
Hmm.
when you had given me the information, Simone, and what I did, I went past the supervisors, or I went to the head person of child
Hmm.
support, because it just so happened one of my colleagues I was sitting next to had the number,
Right.
gave me the direct number. And when I told him all the information that I had and the steps that you had given me,
Hmm.
he was on it.
They pay
He was on it.
attention.
Yes.
Hmm.
And let me tell you, because people don't like bad press. They don't like, and maybe I'm just going to say that he was just genuine and just wanted to help. Okay. I'm just going to give
Yeah,
him
let's just
that
leave
much
it. Yeah,
credit.
just leave it
Yep.
there.
I'm going to
Yeah.
give him that much credit. But 2 weeks later, he texted me.
Coincidentally,
Okay.
coincidentally, it
But
just
2 weeks
works for you.
later,
That's right.
absolutely. So, what I'm saying is, ladies and whomever, all the parents who are listening and out there and just looking at it, this does take a lot of hard work, but guess what? Don't give up, because if you do the work and you let Simone help you, this can be done. So you can't listen to them. Don't tell them that you can't get it or whatever have you, because that's not true.
Okay, so let me jump in here with that one. Let me just jump in here with that one. So what Zura is talking about when she reached out to me about 6, 7-ish years ago, and I helped her on a one-on-one basis because, as I mentioned before, I was a consultant and I was doing all of these one-on-one client cases. But that's actually not what we're doing anymore. So I just want to take people in a different direction because that's okay.
Yes.
So what we have done, because if I continue to just work doing one case at a time, my limit back then was somewhere between 40 and 50 cases a month. So we have millions of women who need this kind of help. There's no way that I would have been able to help or touch or even breathe on all of these women, to help them to collect. So this is the exact reason why I decided to build out the tech company that I have right now. What we're focusing on, though, is we had to pick one piece of child support to focus on today. As the company grows, we already have the plans laid out for how we're going to be able to address all of the facets of problems of child support. I can't talk about it right now, but the plans are already there. The plans are already in motion. But what we can talk about is what we're doing today to help parents, and that is we're focusing on the back child support. So we're focusing on back child support because it's what we have been able to productize and push out of the door. So if you have a case where you are owed at least $5,000 in unpaid back child support, and most of the parents that I come into contact with are owed tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars in back child support. So if you're one of those back child support parents and you've been given the business by child support enforcement, they'll tell you the things like, well, you go find him, and when you have his address, come back and give it to us and we'll help you. Or we don't know how to help you because he's working under the table, or he's working as a 1099, or he's hiding assets in mom's, girlfriends, new wives, brothers, business partners, accounts. I mean, you name it.
Right.
We have been doing all of this work for 20 years. So what we have done is we have taken our expertise, we have built out a tech company to help parents to collect all of their back support. The questions, I know they're there. Is this state specific? It is absolutely state specific. No matter which state that you live in, you onboard to the product, we can give you all of the documents that you need that are state specific. Are the documents customized to me? The documents are customized to you. When we generate your legal documents and provide them to you in your inbox on our product, on our dashboard, all of the documents are customized to your case with all of your information according to your state and all of the jurisdictional processes that are involved. So those are the things that you're going to want to know. The bigger issues, well, I can't find them. This is exactly what we do. So we find them for you because we know that this is one of the big problems the parents have, because if you don't know where he is, you can't collect. The state's not going to help you. We can have a whole show on how all of that plays out. So we find them for you. We find all of his income streams. We find all of the liquid assets. We find all of the real assets, personal, the whole 9 yards. And then we give you the documents that you need so that you can collect from those assets. So that, we don't have a whole lot of time, so that's a big overreaching process that we have built out and how we help. But I just wanted to put that out there right now because I want everybody to know that we're focusing very specifically on the back child support. That's the specialty that the company has right now. Later we can deal with the ongoing management of support because that's all built into the process that we're going to be releasing. Right now we can focus on the back child support. So back to you, Zura. Go ahead.
Right,
I just need to throw that. I needed to throw that in there.
Absolutely. I think I caught you at a great time 6 years ago. I think I was I feel like I was the chosen one, and I so needed you. And I'm just so glad that you were there. And I can't even thank you enough. Seriously.
Oh, you're
I'm
so
so glad that
welcome.
we connected.
Now, let me ask you this.
Okay.
She's always crying over here. She does, but I love it. But this is part of the reason why I love you, because it just comes from such a sweet and honest place inside of you. It comes from your heart, so I love it.
Yeah.
Tell everybody tell everyone how much I charged you for the entire process.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. I don't remember. I'm sorry. Nothing.
No.
I didn't
Did
nothing.
you
I don't
pay?
remember.
Say it louder.
I didn't She charged me nothing. Zero
Okay. So no,
dollars.
that's what I wanted you to say. And you
I'm
can
sorry.
see. You can
She
see
charged me
that she
nothing.
was
That's
caught.
why I was like, yeah, that's why I was like, I can't even thank you enough because, you know, like I was like, wow, because normally people don't do that. You know what I mean? And this is, I don't know.
And that's why I
I'm
wanted
just grateful.
to put you on the spot. Like, oh, see, there she goes again. This is why I wanted to
Oh
put you on
goodness.
the spot because,
Oh
if
my
I
goodness.
tell people that I didn't charge you anything, people are going to go, oh, yeah, right. But if you tell
Oh,
people, then, it might mean
nothing.
something a little different. But there's a reason. And
Zero.
I think this is important. And this is what I want to share. So, as a private child support consultant, this is what I did full time. This is how I paid my bills. This is how I put my daughter through college. This is how I bought my house. I mean, this was my livelihood. This had become my career. So yes, I charged people for the benefit of my service. So people came to me. I charged them a fee to get them through the entire process. Everybody was happy as a clam. But there was always a percentage of my work every single month that I did free of charge. And you had no idea. You don't even know anything about this. I
No.
never I never even shared this with you.
Wow.
So there was a certain amount of customers that I would do every single month, and I would do them pro bono. And sometimes it was because they said, well, I can't afford your services, and I knew that they couldn't. And sometimes it was just because, I could hear this mom's angst, and there was just something that connected me, and I would just say, I'm just going to do this for you. And that happened to be Zura. There was just something that came across in the messages that she was sending to me, and I never even mentioned anything about charging her, and I just did it for her for free. But what the purpose and the reason why I'm mentioning this right now is because I want everyone to know that this is truly a mission for me. This is something where I feel, I feel very strongly about it. I remember very clearly when I was walking in these shoes and I had a hard time paying my bills because my ex wasn't taking care of his part of his responsibility. And my daughter was little, and my child's care at the time cost just as much as my rent did.
Yes.
And and he wasn't paying for anything. And I could tell you stories and stories and stories of the struggle. And so I committed a long time ago to doing something about this and to making it a mission. And, I, at the end of the day, I made a career out of it as well. I became an author of several books, speaking engagements, became a consultant, charged people for my services, but it's always been more than that to me.
Yes.
And I want everyone to know that the reason why I have built this tech company, the reason why I have built this company to be able to help thousands and thousands of women at a time to access the legal system and democratize it in a way that has never been done before, and to break down all these barriers to access.
Yes.
The reason why I have done this is because I've been there. I know what it's like. And this is something that needs to change. It's a very traditional,
Yes.
sleepy system. Nobody
Yes.
really cares much about it.
Yep.
Nobody cares about the families
Nope.
who are on the other side, who are not able to take care of their kids the way they want to take care of their kids. I
Absolutely.
mean, we can go on. There's
Yeah.
another 3 shows built into just
Yes.
that. So I just want everyone to know that what I believe is that it doesn't have to be like this. I
Yep.
believe that if this money was owed to the IRS, that they would find a way to get that cash real
Absolutely.
fast, right?
Absolutely.
And I believe that this can change. And since it doesn't look like it's going to be changing on the government side, we can build something as private citizens to make that happen. And that's what I have built. And I have built this for every mom out there who's ever been told we can't find him and he is on the government payroll.
Right. Okay.
I've had cases like that, you know. So for all of these moms out there who've been having all of these challenges for nothing, this is why this is built. So I just want you to know that this has been built for you. We're in the early stages. You're going to see polls from us. You're going to see us asking questions. You're going to see us asking for you to participate in focus groups and projects. And we want to hear from you because we are building this for you. We want to know what you need from us to make sure that we're building a product that's working for you. So I want your participation. I want to hear from you because as far as I'm concerned, I'm the CEO and I have built this and I'm on the front lines making this happen, but I'm only doing this because I know that people like moms like you need for this to be done. So I need your help to help me help me build this and make this happen for you. So you know, when you see us out there, know that we're out there championing this for you. So help us out if we're putting a call out for, you know, to answer this poll or to, you know, take a survey, you know, just make it happen because we know that there are moms out there counting on it just the way I did, just the way that Zura did. All right, so Zura.
Absolutely. Yes.
We only have a few minutes left. I want you to take it home. What do you want to leave moms with? What information do you want to leave them with as, you know, as a mom who has collected, as a mom who couldn't collect for a while and you were struggling? Anything that you think is important right now, I want you to take it home and leave us with it.
So I just want to leave you with this. Just know that everything that you do, don't quit, keep fighting because it's not just for you, it's for your children. And your children or child will so love you for this. They'll appreciate it. And it helps. It truly helps. Yes, it's a lot of work, but you have a company who can help you do the work for you. So don't quit, keep pushing. If you need the help, please reach out because that's what the company is here for. And Simone, I can't thank you enough again. You've been amazing. You're always amazing. Please keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop because we need you. Don't stop.
Thank you.
Okay? And I mean that.
Thank you so much.
Please, you are so welcome. But no, thank you. So please, ladies, gentlemen, parents, don't stop pushing and fighting for your children. Please let the company help you. Don't get mad, get paid.
So thank you, Zura. So
You're welcome.
So hop on over to our website if you want to see what we're about. So that's don'tgetmadgetpaid.com. Go check out our social media sites because I believe that we have a project out now. We're looking for about 100 moms to participate in a project where you can get some free investigative searches done on the parent that you're looking for. We're going to be using this information to make our process a little bit better, and also we're looking for more moms like Zura to join our team. So we're in the process of actually forming a little mommy gang here. So let's make it happen.
Yes, so, mom gang.
We're gonna do our mama stay calm gang. Yes.
Yes, so, I love that.
You like that? I like that.
Yes,
okay, cool. So thank you very much. If you want to be a part of the Mama Stay Calm gang, right? Yes, go check us out on one of our social media pages. They're going to pop up at the ends of the show. And Zura, thank you so much again. And we are out. We'll see you guys next week.
All right.